we've been talking about the main ideas, how to skim, scan, and all of the other things, right? 다 합치고 얘기했잖아. 이제는 우리 같이 해보는 게 중요하잖아. We have to try it out, right? So everybody, get your pens and paper, right? Just like a test. 시험 보는 거와 같이 종이랑 그런 거 다 갖고 와. 갖고 와서 볼펜 갖고 준비하고 같이 한번 시작해보자. Okay? Okay? Remember, 내가 얘기한 거. Outline method. Main idea, major detail, minor detail, supporting detail. 그리고 또 하나는 preview method. Skimming, scanning, and glancing. Okay? 그거 기억하고. Okay? TLLR. Okay? 그거 다 하고. 그거 갖고 우리가 같이 한번 해볼 거야. Okay? Let's see. Here we go. Okay? Now, this is how a normal reading looks like. Here you go. Ooh. Okay, now. 다 그럴 거야. Oh my god. Okay? It looks pretty bad, doesn't it? 되게 무섭게 보잖아, 그쵸? 왜? 하나, 두 개, 세 개, 네 개, 다섯 개, 여섯 개. Okay? 2, 4, 6, 7, 일곱 개. Okay? 그들 일곱 개가 있는데 너희 봤을 때는 oh my god, 나 이런 것 때문에 싫어. Right? Because you guys psychologically, 정신적으로 하고 이제 끝났어 벌써. 벌써 그 자체가 너네들 점수가 한 3.5점 깎인 거야. Because now, automatically in your heart, you don't want to do this. 이거 진짜 하기 싫어. 그 순간에 너네들은 your interest is gone. Okay, now, I'm gonna have you look at this for 1 second. Okay, 잘 봐봐. Okay, 선생님만 잘 들어봐. 제일 중요한 거는 if you're not interested in the topic, okay, you can't get the score. Okay. 간단하게 얘기해서 진짜로 관심이 없잖아? 그러면 진짜 점수가 안 나와. 그래서 내가 관심이 있을 수가 없다는 이유가 I know you guys have a really really hard day at school, right? You're going through so many things at school, right? You can't have interest in this. You can't go, teacher, you're asking me to do the miracle, right? Yeah, you're right. 그렇지만은 관심 있게 한번 생각을 해보고 왜냐면은 오래되는 게 아니야. It's only 1 hour of your life. 너 인생에 1시간만 투자해갖고 시험 보는 거야, 이 reading section. 그래서 관심을 좀 가져봐. 진짜 힘들어도. Yeah? Because I know how you guys, I worked in the most hardest areas in South Korea, okay? And where the students like literally sleep like 2-3 hours a day. Okay? 한두 시간 잘까 말까요? 중학생들. 그러면은 조금만 참아봐. Okay? Okay, now we're going to look at the title, okay? Cloud formation, okay? Now, in everything that you do, you need to have what? You need to predict what this is, okay? So, what are they talking about? 이걸 무슨 얘기하는 거야? Cloud formation, okay? Think, okay? Don't just blankly read. Think about it, okay? So, you guys ask yourself, how, where, when? Okay? So, basically, are they talking about the weather? We don't know. 진짜 모르는 거야. 뭐 날씨 대해서 물어볼까 이걸? Cloud formation? Okay? 그러면 두 번째. Are they going to talk about the making of cloud? Cloud 어떻게 만들었는가 물어볼 거야? Most probably. 그러겠지? 그냥 formation이 만드는 거니까. Okay? 그러면 이 쓴 사람이 이걸 왜 썼을까? 너네들 괴롭히려고? No. Why did he wrote it? It's to educate you. This is the academic support, okay? They're going to educate you. 어떻게 클라우드 됐는가? Okay? 너네들 지금 관심이 없지만은 think about it. 너네들 만약 1960년도에 아무것도 없었을 때 누가 클라우드 포메이션 물어봤어. 그때 관심 있을까? 그때는 관심 있겠지. Right? Okay, here we go. Okay. Introduction paragraph. Okay, let's take a look. Okay. Ready? I'm gonna have Ken read this. Ready? Go.
Water vapor is an invisible gas, but its condensation and deposition products, water droplets and ice crystals, are visible to us as clouds. A cloud is an aggregate of tiny water droplets or ice crystals suspended in the atmosphere above the Earth's surface, the visible indication of condensation and deposition of water vapor within the atmosphere.
Okay, thank you. Now, if we take a look at this, right, basically you're going to go, okay, what's repeated in this paragraph? You're looking at it. Okay. What's repeated? Okay. Let's see. Water's repeated many times, right? What else? Cloud, right? So clouds and water is basically there. So we're going to look at the title. Title says water, or does it say cloud? Cloud. Let's pick cloud. Okay? Okay. So what is a cloud? Now, if you don't know where the cloud is, let's look at it. If you look at the notes right here, you're going to look at basically find the word is. Circle is for me, please. Okay? And also circle R. Okay? Now, if you pick out, you can probably pick out like 3 of them. Okay? The first one is water vapor is. Now, we need a definition of cloud. We don't need a definition of water vapor, so that's not it. Okay? The second one is cloud is, right? So, what's the definition? Aggregate of tiny water droplets, right? Okay. Now, if you don't know what aggregate means, go to or. Okay? The next sentence over always tells you exactly what the meaning is. Ice crystals. Okay? So, those are the 2 definitions. Okay? Now, look at the first paragraph, right? The whole first paragraph introduces what? The whole main idea of the entire passage is coming up. Okay? It doesn't just introduce that paragraph, it introduces the whole passage. Okay? Now, we're going to go to the body, next one over, okay? And the reason why we're going to go to the body is the body, now we're going to separate the main idea of the entire passage. We're going to talk about only the main idea of each paragraph. Okay? 너희들 지금 힘든 게 뭐냐면은 introduction paragraph는 전체에 대해서 설명하는 거야. 전체 passage에서. Okay? 그 대신에 body 안에서는 you have to find the main idea. 그 passage paragraph 안에만. Okay? You always say that 큰 거, 작은 거, 작은 거, 작은 거. Right? 더 작게 나면은 the sentence 안에서 main idea가 뭐야? Subject. Right? So let's see. Ken, can you help me?
Laboratory studies have demonstrated that in clean air, air free of dust and other particles, condensation or deposition of water vapor requires supersaturated conditions, that is, a relative humidity greater than 100%. When humid air is cooled, usually by convection, unequal heating of the ground surface creates rising air currents. As the air ascends, it expands and cools. Eventually it reaches its dew point, the temperature at which the invisible water vapor in the air condenses into a collection of water droplets. From the ground, we see these tiny particles as a cloud. If the droplets continue to acquire moisture and grow large enough, they fall from the cloud as rain.
Now, what's the main idea of this paragraph, if you look at it, okay? Basically, the first sentence says what? Laboratory studies have demonstrated that in clean air, air-free and dust and particle condensation and deposition of water vapor requires that supersaturation condition. You're like, yeah, okay? A lot of vocab in this is really difficult, right? But if you break it down, right? Your first sentence should say what studies, then what? What does studies do? Conclusion. Clean air. Of what? Condensation and what else? Supersaturated conditions. Okay? So the first paragraph is talking about what? The conditions to make what? Clouds. Right? So if that's the case, you're going to ask yourself in English, so, why, and how, blah, 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 right? In Korean, you're going to say, 그래서. Right? That 그래서 should have the answers, right? You should start writing down. 그래서 is basically the answer for supersaturated conditions. What conditions? So if you continue reading, you're going to write down just the points of the conditions. Right? Right? So what are the conditions? What are they talking about? Just take a look. When it's cooled, right? Humidity is greater. What else? Unequal heating, right? Currents expand. Dew point. You just sit there going, okay, if I found the main idea is the conditions, right? Then all you have to do, condition의 main idea면 간단하게 해서 그냥 거기서 무슨 condition? 그리고 그거만 딱딱딱딱 적으면 돼, 그냥. Those are major details. Now, if they talked about, these are examples, and they give you an example of like Rocky Mountains, right? Those are those are like minor details. Okay? And guess what? TOEFL, you don't need it. Okay? Let's take a look at body 2. Ken, one more time, please.
Clouds occur in a wide variety of forms because they are shaped by many processes operating in the atmosphere. In fact, monitoring changes in cloud cover often will provide clues about future weather. British naturalist Luke Howard was among the first to devise a system for grouping clouds. Formulated in 1803, the essentials of Howard's classification scheme are still in use today. Contemporary weather forecasters still divide clouds into two main groups: heap clouds, resulting from rising unstable air currents, and layered clouds, resulting from stable air.
Okay. Now, the funny thing is, if you take a look at the whole paragraph, right, what is the third paragraph talking about? Clouds occur in a wide variety of forms. Okay, so now right away say forms. Because tells you what? Why? Right? 그냥 form 얘기해서 because, 항상 because는 너는 머릿속으로 그냥 why 그래. Why? 하면 they are shaped by many processes. So we can talk about probably what? Right away. Forms, a variety of forms. What forms are they talking about? First one is what? Everyone? It tells you what the pattern is going into, right? So you're gonna, as soon as you look at it, you're gonna go, okay, cool, okay, I got it. They're gonna tell me forms, and they tell me exactly what type of forms. All I have to do is point those out in patterns, right? That's what I need you to do. I need you to do. This has to be a listing pattern. It's gonna list you exactly what forms are gonna come up. Okay. So a second thing, if you look at the last sentence here, everyone look at last sentence. What does it say? Resulting from rising unstable air currents and layered clouds resulting from stable air, right? Right. What are they talking about? We don't know. Just before that, it mentions what? Two main groups. Now, automatically in your head, you're going to go, okay, now they're going to talk about two things. Separation of two things. They're going to compare and contrast, probably. Right? So the pattern change. Right? So right away, what are they talking about? The two main groups are what, everyone? Heaping clouds and layer clouds. Now, I'm going to give you a hint. What do you think the next paragraph are they going to talk about? Before you even read it, what are they going to talk about? It's probably they're going to be details about heaping clouds and layer clouds. 그치? 확인해보자. Next one. Ken?
Clouds are also classified according to their appearance, their altitude, and by whether or not they produce precipitation. Based on appearance, the simplest distinction is among cumulus, stratus, and cirrus clouds. Cumulus clouds occur as heaps or puffs, stratus clouds are layered, and cirrus clouds. Cumulus clouds occur as heaps or puffs, stratus clouds are layered, and cirrus clouds look like threads. Based on altitude, the most common clouds in the troposphere are grouped into four families: low clouds, middle clouds, high clouds, and clouds exhibiting vertical development. Low, middle, and high clouds are produced by gentle uplift of air over broad areas. Those with vertical development generally cover smaller areas and are associated with much more vigorous uplift.
Okay, now, you're like, okay, they didn't talk about layer clouds or different type of clouds, but what did they talk about specifically? It said, take a look at the first sentence. Circle the word also. Okay? Also class shows you what? It's a transition word giving addition to the other one. Okay? So the other one talked about classification, right? Now they're talking about appearance, right? They're also talking about altitude and how much water comes down, precipitation, right? So, what are they? That's the whole main idea. We're only extracting the main idea right now, okay? So what is it? We're grouped by appearance, altitude, and precipitation. Those are the three things it's just going to talk about, okay? Now, if you go to detail, they're going to tell you which one is what type of cloud, right? So you're going to separate it as appearance, altitude, and precipitation. And right below each one, you're going to probably talk about cirrus, right? Okay. And the type of cloud they are. Okay. But today's main objective is main idea. Okay. So here we go. That's paragraph 4. Okay.
Cumulus clouds are dense, white, heaped clouds capped with a cauliflower-like dome created by convection. Low-level cumulus clouds are detached from one another and generally have well-defined bases. Their outlines are sharp, and they often develop vertically in the form of rising puffs, mounds, domes, or towers. The sunlit parts are brilliant white, the base is relatively dark and roughly horizontal.
Okay, so what he's explaining, he's explaining, what the reading is basically stating, right? So everyone take a look at what I told you before. Is and are is a definition, right? 항상 is and are가 나오면 definition 얘기해줘요. definition 얘기한 다음에 그 서술을 사용할 거지. hint. is and are가 들어가면 그게 메인 아이디어야. Okay? 그러면 여기서 is and are가 들어서 뭐야? dense. Cumulus clouds are the main idea. What about cumulus cloud? What is it? Definition, dense, white, and heat. That's the main idea of this whole paragraph. Okay? Okay, everyone, let's go to the next one. Paragraph 5. We're going to speed up a little bit, okay?
Stratus, or layered, clouds grow from top to bottom in wide sheets, or strata, with minimal vertical and extended horizontal dimensions. These clouds spread laterally to form layers that sometimes cover the entire sky, to the horizon and beyond, like a formless blanket. The air is stable, with little or no convection present.
So, if you take a look at the first sentence of what the paragraph says, right? 제일 첫 번째 sentence 보면 뭐라고 써 있을 것 같아요? 뭐에 대해서 읽은 거야? Talking about what? Stratus clouds, right? Okay? So, basically, they're talking about the whole. What about stratus cloud? What are they talking about? The word "or" tells you it's a hint, right? Of which category you go into. Okay. Now, what is it in a little bit more detail? Is what? Top to bottom grow, right? That's the main idea of the paragraph. Okay? A lot of you guys just put stratus, right? But just give me a little bit more detail to make the main point. Subject is not the main idea. Okay? Subject and a little bit more information about the whole paragraph tells me about the main idea. Okay? The next one's really long, so Ken?
While cumulus and stratus clouds generally form at low or middle altitudes, a third type of cloud forms at high altitudes. Cirrus clouds are detached clouds that take the form of delicate white filaments, strands, or hooks. These clouds can be seen at close hand from the window of a jet plane flying above 25,000 feet. When viewed from the ground, bands of thread-like cirrus clouds often seem to emerge from a single point on the western horizon and spread across the entire sky. Cirrus clouds are composed almost exclusively of ice crystals. Their fibrous appearance results from the wind, stretching streamers of falling ice particles into feathery strands called mare's tails. Snow crystals may fall from thicker, darker cirrus clouds, but they usually evaporate in the drier air below the cloud.
Okay, now, the thing is, when you look at the first sentence, they talked about what? They're kind of reviewing the ones before, and then they talked about the third type of cloud form at high altitude, right? So now they're talking about, 보면은, 세 번째라고 했어요. third라고 했어요. third type of cloud. That should give you a hint. 힌트를 줘야 돼요. 거기서, 또 하나가 있구나. 이 두 가지 아니고. Right? Cirrus and stratus. Now we're talking about, another one. What is it? Cirrus, right? So if they're talking about cirrus, what about the main idea? We're only extracting the main idea. What is it? Definition of cirrus is what? High altitude. That's the main idea. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you a hint. What do you think the questions are going to be going about? They're going to probably talk about high altitude, low altitude, and different type of cloud. Where they probably fit in. Most likely. Right? Okay? Let's take a look at your notes. Your notes and compare with my notes. Okay? So here we go. Okay? Now, your notes should look very similar to mine. First of all, you should talk about what? Clouds. First paragraph, introduction paragraph. What is invisible gas? Definition. Okay? Paragraph after talked about the cloud condition. What about cloud condition? They talked about convection, unequal heating. These are the little major details I told you. You ask yourself, so, 그래서, right? Those are the answers. Pools, collected water droplets, right? The next paragraph talks about what, everyone? Variety of forms. What are the forms? There are two different types, heaping clouds and layered clouds. Okay? Then, they talked about basically the altitude, appearance, altitude, and precipitation, right? Then the third one, with a little hint, remember? The third one is additional, would probably be what? Cirrus clouds. What are they? Definition: dense, white, and heaped, right? After that, we talked about stratus clouds, right? Which is what? Layered, grow from top to bottom, and cirrus at high altitude. Okay? Now, believe it or not, these are your notes. 이게 노트 전체 다야. Okay? Only extracting the main idea and major detail. You didn't extract anything. We didn't take out where they are. We didn't give an example. We took it all out. 다 뺐어, 그거. 그렇지만, can you believe it? You can answer every factual, negative factual, and all the questions in TOEFL, including the 13th question with this one. 이 노트 하나 갖고 전체 다 질문 다 100% 맞을 수 있다는 거 알아? 빼는 건 뭐냐면은 it가 뭐냐고, 뭐 아니면은 what insertion인가 뭐 그런 거는 못 치면은 이거를 간단하게 해서 이 노트 갖고는 factual 다 맞지, negative factual 다 맞지, inference 맞지, purpose 맞지, 그리고 13th question summary 맞지, 아니면 table 맞지.